This is Keith Helwig from Cops Corrections Videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe. It's been a while since I made a video, and I have no excuse except for laziness. I just haven't felt compelled to make any. But I guess I've kind of broken out of that mood. One of the things I'd like to discuss in this video are problems facing law enforcement today. Now, I'm including under the umbrella of law enforcement, corrections, police officers, probation officers, anybody who carries a badge, anybody who's deals with inmates, convicts, or just generally people misbehaving. One of the biggest problems we have in all of law enforcement today is staff retention. It's hard to keep staff when you keep lowering the standards. The pay doesn't maintain equity across the regions, and morale is down. Now, we all know, whether you work as a police officer or a correctional officer, that morale in most departments is pretty much at an all-time low. And what's the reason that it's at an all-time low? One of the biggest reasons is because we are so understaffed. You know, I see different initiatives being put out there to raise staffing levels. And it's great. It's great that people are thinking of raising staffing levels, but we should also think about retaining current staff. Now, they are giving bonuses to people who take lateral transfers, or they're giving bonuses to new people. What about giving bonuses to people who spend 20 or 25 years doing the job? What about giving bonuses to people at 5 years, 10 years? You know, Wisconsin used to do that. It wasn't a lot. You receive $50 for the years you've been in after 5 years. But a few years ago, some politician labeled that as stick-around pay, and they got rid of it. Well, I'll tell you what, it was pretty nice getting a little bonus check, even if it was only $500 a year, to recognize that you did, in fact, stick around. Well, they did away with that. You know, we need to recognize the value of the employees we currently have. And the employees that we currently have need to realize the value of new employees. Now, a lot of them get salty because they see a new employee getting a $5,000 bonus for hiring on the job, and they see them getting different benefits. And you know, the thing that really bothers me is, I've seen it on Facebook, I don't know how many times, they'll have a picture of the graduating class of new officers for the Department of Corrections in Wisconsin. And instead of congratulating them, a lot of the older officers say, "Get out now, leave, don't waste your life, whatever." These are the very same officers who worked in the institution for years, and these are the very same officers who are going to moan and groan and cry like there's no tomorrow because they're understaffed. Yet, what are they doing to help the new staff members adjust, the new staff members to accept their job? You know, it's like they're peeing in the Cheerios, these new officers. What officer wants to come onto a job knowing that everybody's miserable? No, I'm not saying you have to put on a happy face, but let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. When you get into corrections or you get into police work, unless you screw up, unless you do something illegal, unless you are charged with misconduct in that office, you're pretty much guaranteed a job for life. I don't recall that there's ever been a layoff of any police department in the state of Wisconsin. I don't recall that there's ever been a layoff from the Department of Corrections in Wisconsin. I don't recall any county jails laying off anybody who works in their facilities. When you get a job in law enforcement, unless you screw it up or unless you decide to leave it, you're pretty much set for life. Now, are you going to get rich? No. But are you going to have a decent lifestyle? Yeah, you are. You are. You know, I worked in a prison setting for 36 years. I also worked as a police officer for 23 of those years. Now, did I get rich? No. But I have a house. I have a roof over my head. I've always had food on my table. I was able to provide for my family. You know, what more can we really expect? You know, if you look at the benefits of working in police work or the benefits of working in corrections, and I'm talking about the physical benefits such as pay. You know, Wisconsin right now, there's a proposal to get the starting pay up to over $30 an hour. And that's great. That's great. People deserve that much money. They deserve to have equity with other law enforcement agencies throughout the state. So let's get that pay up there. Let's pay people what they're worth. You know, and the benefits, the vacation, the insurance. Those are all things you get when you work in police work or in corrections. You know, sometimes we're our own worst enemy. We need to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. If you see someone who's considering becoming a correctional officer, don't dissuade them from it. If you see someone who wants to be a police officer, don't dissuade them from it. You know, bring them into the fold. Let them know the reality. And the reality isn't all like taking a bite out of a crap sandwich. The reality is it's a good profession. It's an honorable profession. No matter what society has deemed it, if you are proud of the job you do, if you're proud of yourself, and if you're able to respect that person looking back at you in the mirror each and every day, the job is worth it. Until next time, this is Keith Helwig from Cops Corrections Videos. Stay safe and watch your back.